Some celebrity watches are screaming for help. Then there's the last one, the kind of watch that looks weirdly plain until somebody tells you it costs more than a mansion deposit and suddenly the whole room gets quiet. So let's rewind because most watch flex starts way louder than that. This flex is the iced out factory piece. Diamonds set by the brand itself, not a jeweler drilling the case later. Picture a Rolex Daytona Rainbow, a gem set Royal Oak, or a full Patek Patek. It's loud, but officially loud. That's the whole point. Legitimacy. Watch people might clown diamond watches, but factory stones get more respect and usually way more value than aftermarket work. Phillips even called the Rainbow Daytona virtually impossible to get at retail, which is exactly why celebrities wear it like a status bomb. Then you get the bust-down custom, a plain luxury watch handed to a jeweler and paved in aftermarket diamonds. Same sparkle as factory iced out, completely different reaction from collectors. This look blew up with rappers and athletes because it detonates on camera. Jay-Z in a custom diamond Richard Mille is the template. The whole point is wrist flash, not original watchmaking. Purists wince, comment sections light up, and the weird twist is, it can cost a fortune while making the untouched original worth more. Then you get the candy-colored flex, sapphires circling the bezel, matching gems splashed across the dial, absolutely no attempt at stealth. This thing doesn't sparkle quietly, it announces itself from across the room. The Rolex Daytona Rainbow is the poster child because even people who know nothing about watches can tell it looks wildly expensive. And that's the key, not just diamonds, but color. Plain diamond says rich. Rainbow bezel says rich and gloriously unserious. Phillips even flagged a one-off 1990s white gold version because apparently the circus has deep-cut collector lore too. Then you get Richard Mille, the spaceship watch, carbon case, skeleton dial, weird tonneau shape, and a price tag that starts absurd and sprints upward. The whole brand was built on motorsport materials and elite sport credibility, then strapped to names like Rafael Nadal and Bubba Watson. That's the flex, not just money, engineering. It says this watch belongs in a race car and on my wrist at dinner. Sotheby's basically says those athlete tourbillons became the template for the whole future machine vibe. Then comes the Stealth Flex, a plain-looking steel sports watch that normal people barely clock. But if it's a Rolex Daytona, AP Royal Oak, or Patek Nautilus, watch people lose their minds instantly. No diamonds, no rainbow bezel, because scarcity is doing all the talking. The real stunt is access, getting one at retail. That's why some of the hardest celebrity flexes are steel, not gold. Modern watch culture treats the waitlist like the trophy. Then you get the stealth Patek move, old money firepower hiding in plain sight. Perpetual calendars, minute repeaters, split seconds chronographs, watches that read elegant, right up until someone says the reference number and the room goes quiet. Jay-Z does this perfectly, with rare Patek pieces that barely flash at all. The flex sits in complication, rarity, and pure brand hierarchy. GQ even clocked him at the Grammys in a Tiffany-stamped Patek, which turns one grail into collector poison. Then you hit the vintage grail flex. Old Daytonas, rare Cartiers, weird Pateks, watches collectors can identify from 6 feet away. The whole point is age plus rarity. You're buying surviving history, tiny production numbers, and enough provenance to make the auction estimate look fake. Eric Clapton is pure version of this disease. Modern monsters in one box, important vintage killers in the next. Phillips even noted he owned the only privately owned Platinum Patek 2499, which is an absurdly real sentence. Then you get the shaped watch art flex, Cartier crash, crooked cases, proportions that look melted or bent on purpose. From across a room, watch nerds clock it instantly because the silhouette lands before the price does. That's why celebrities love them. It reads like taste, not brute force. Not I bought diamonds, more I know which weird classic counts. And vintage-shaped Cartier got insanely hot, because tiny production runs plus design oddness can send prices into absurd territory. And the last one is the collector assassin, the watch that looks boring right up until the price detonates. It's a plain little round watch in yellow gold, maybe even on a brown strap, and to almost everybody it reads, old money, nice taste, nothing crazy. Then one person clocks the tiny detail, the reference, the dial, the Tiffany signature, and their soul leaves their body. We're talking hyper-rare vintage Patek territory, the kind auction houses write essays about. A 2,499 can sit there looking like your grandfather dressed well, while the price quietly wanders into 7 figures. That's the funny part. The loudest flex usually isn't the one collectors respect most. A rainbow bezel gets spotted in a second. A weird little old dress watch that costs 7 figures, that's the kind of move that makes watch people lose their minds.